Hi everyone, my name is Claudia Sheridan. I am with Small Business Breakthrough, your voice in social media. June was a pretty busy month when it came to breaking news and things changing on social media. Thought it'd be kind of good to go back and see what happened and highlight some of the elements that I felt were really important for small business owners to be aware of so that they know how to adjust their social media strategy accordingly. So let's dive right into it with the Social Media Marketing Minute, the month in review for the month of June. Happening on LinkedIn, probably the biggest news that happened was that Microsoft did purchase it to the tune of $26.2 billion, which added 400 million users within their demographics to their marketing pool. This is a good tie-in with their Microsoft Dynamics CRM system with Skype and Yammer. Now, doing some research I thought was interesting was that I had no idea that Microsoft owned Skype. And the research looks like they do. So why is this important? It's important because we'll probably be looking for some integrations in the future between LinkedIn and Microsoft's Dynamics CRM, as well as with Skype and Yammer. So if you're a recruiting company, you're looking to do some interviews through LinkedIn, you're probably going to be able to do that directly from your desktop like we're doing here and conduct your interview right online. So it's kind of exciting in the LinkedIn world. Now going to one of my favorite is Facebook. I am a huge Facebook fan. One of the really cool things that happened was that Facebook announced 360 videos that are available for anybody to take right from their for phones, just simply using the panoramic setting. So what does this look like? Mark Zuckerberg, on the day they announced on June 9th, posted a video. It says, in 360 photo launch day, here's one inside the Supreme Court Justice, taken by Fred Conrad of the New York Times. What basically was done was that Fred got his cell phone. I'm looking for my cell phone. Fred took his cell phone and put it in panoramic setting and uploaded the video, uploaded the panoramic image to Facebook. What Facebook then did was took that panoramic image and converted it into a 360. So here it looks like a standard image. You'll see that there is a small icon that appears that lets you know that you can actually turn this image. If you're on your phone, what you would simply do, especially if you're on an Apple phone, all you're going to do is just tilt your phone back and forth and you can see the image moving side to side. But if you're on your desktop, you would use your mouse to go ahead and pan across the image. Kind of cool, right? You can go up and down as best as you can within a panoramic image. And if you're doing a 360 camera like the Ricoh Theta, then you can just upload that image as well, and Facebook will know that it's a 360 image and will convert it into that technology for Facebook users to enjoy. So as a marketing division, this is kind of cool because it allows you to give some transparency and give users access to an area that they may or may not have had in the past. And just be careful, because if you're using a 360 camera, you are going to be showing everything around you in 360. If you're using panoramic, you're using at least 180 degrees. So certainly be aware of your surroundings when you do this. Now, going back to Facebook, another announcement that Facebook has made is that they will be rolling out new layouts for Facebook business pages. So whereas currently your page looks like this with your buttons coming up over your cover image here, the new layout will give you a little bit more real estate to show your cover image and will move the buttons down below. Facebook also has announced Facebook Live being available on desktop for you Windows users on Windows 10. If you're using Windows 10 and you've been able to go live, feel free to make a comment and let us know what your screen looks like or what that process is for you. Facebook has also announced a 2-person broadcast. I want you to go ahead and think about a news station that you watch, something similar to a CNN, where you have an individual that you are interviewing, and they are side by side split screens. So they're also announced waiting rooms. Waiting rooms will be areas where viewers can wait for a Facebook Live broadcast to appear. Also have announced pre-scheduled broadcasts, similar to pre-scheduling your post. Eventually you will be able to pre-schedule your broadcast and announce that. So why is this important? It's important because Facebook has obviously placed more clout on video. They have alluded to the fact that Facebook will be integrating much more video here in the future as well. Also, if you're a company that's doing webinars or presentations, you may actually have the ability to do them directly within Facebook here shortly. So that is changing the way we are using video for business with Facebook. For you Instagram users, we have had a couple of announcements there as well. Instagram recently announced that they are up to 500 million active users per month with 300 million daily users. Interestingly enough, 80% of those are outside of the US. So although the US seems to be fairly slowly adopting Instagram, it is on the rise. They've also announced the increase in videos to 60 seconds. So if you have a little bit more to say, you can certainly do so on Instagram. One other thing that they have announced is picked for you channels. Now, on my phone, I don't have them just yet. However, you will shortly see within the search function of Instagram little snippets of videos picked just for you based on your browsing habits. So if you're doing videos, you may find your video as one that's featured for a user. And if you're not doing videos, you may be missing out on an opportunity to get in front of some people you may not have been able to get in front of before. So why is this important? It's important because clearly the Instagram is placing much more emphasis on video, and makes sense seeing as how Instagram is owned by Facebook, and Facebook also is placing much more emphasis on video. So let's move over to Snapchat. Now, I know many of you watching this are probably thinking, why Snapchat? Snapchat are for younger kids. And sure, the younger generation is on Snapchat. However, they do have a couple of very unique tools available to market your business on Snapchat. And we're going to touch on why that's important here after I give you their announcements. But if you're using Snapchat already, you may have already been familiar with geofilters. Geofilters allow you to place an overlay over an image when you're within a certain geographical area. So if you're at a theme park, you basically scroll to the left and you see the available filters. If you're in a city, anywhere, go ahead, pull out your cell phone. When you get onto your cell phone and within Snapchat, you'll notice that if you just simply scroll to the left from your image, you'll see the available filters that are there. So that's been around for a while now. They've also taken advantage of the use of lenses. So in this particular example, Taco Bell purchased a lens where a user was able to overlay their head with a taco. From there, they were able to drizzle hot sauce on top of their heads. So although this seems silly, interestingly enough, individuals who are utilizing these lenses are typically interacting with an ad or a brand for approximately 20 seconds. So it's 20 seconds of a captive audience interacting with your brand. So think about that as a marketing professional. That might be something that could be of huge valuable interest to you. So one of the things they did recently announce is the use of ads within a user's story. Now, as users start to scroll through the stories of their friends on Snapchat, they may encounter ads that are placed strategically within the stories. so that users can use them and see them as well. So think of these as really short snippets of commercials between user stories on Snapchat. So why is this important? It is important because straight from Snapchat's website, we see that on any given day, Snapchat reaches 41% of users between the ages of 18 and 34-year-olds within the United States. So your user now, your audience now may not be 18 to 34. However, those individuals do suffer the same curse as everybody else, and that is that we age. Those users also will age and will eventually become your customers. This is currently how they interact with their medias. And so we need to know where they are and how they interact so that we can place our messages in front of them. If you are not currently using Snapchat, you may want to consider implementing a Snapchat strategy or placing Snapchat on your radar because it is something that for now is gaining in popularity. When it comes to Twitter, for all you Twitter's user, I was an early Twitter adopter and I really love Twitter. I enjoy the ability to communicate with 140 characters or less. We remove all the fluff and just kind of get right to the point. So with that in mind, Twitter has announced that they're increasing their videos to 140 seconds. So not only do you have 140 characters, now you have 140 seconds to convey your message. Also, they have launched the Twitter Engage app. What they state is that it never miss a conversation that matters. So this view that you're seeing is a copy of the Engage app showing my Twitter account. And there are 3 tabs. One says top, the next one is mentions, and the one that's highlighted says verified. Now the verified one shows me engagement that I have had or that verified users have had with me so that I don't miss a conversation that matters with influential people on Twitter. So why is this important? It's important because Twitter is certainly working hard to keep up with its competitors of Facebook, Instagram, and Snapchat. They still have 310 million users as of April of 2016. And interestingly enough, 500 million users will visit Twitter, but not necessarily log in. So your voice may be heard on Twitter, and it is not a platform to be discounted. Finally, my name is Claudia. I am with Small Business Breakthrough. I would love to connect. If you're on Facebook, please connect with me at sbbreakthrough.com. If you're on Instagram, please connect with me on SCV Claudia. On Twitter, you can find me as C Sheridan, and on LinkedIn as Claudia Sheridan. If you have any questions, I would love to speak with you. Feel free to leave me a comment, send me a message on any of the social media platforms, and we'll connect. That's it for now. Social media month in review for the month of June 2016. I wish you well and look forward to seeing what's in store for July.